Okay, so let's look at recording voiceovers. Now, there's a few things you have to do. First thing is make sure your audio interface is connected. Now, you may be using something like this. This is the M-Audio Firewire 410. It is connected via a Firewire port at the back of it, and that connects straight into the computer. Once this is connected, if you come over to your preferences and go to General, and then tab over to Audio, you'll get this dialog box. Output, you need to make sure that that is configured to the Firewire 410 device port, and you also need to make sure that your inputs are connected to the Firewire 410 port. Once that's done, you can then press Apply. As you can see, all I'm using today is the built-in mic and built-in output. But if you're using something like the Firewire 410 or other devices, this is where you need to come to, Preferences dialog under Audio. Once you've set this up, we need to add an audio track. Add your audio track. First thing, make sure it's mono because we're going to be recording a microphone. Make sure the input is set to either 1 or 2. On this particular unit, this port here is port 1 and this port here is port 2. Okay, and make sure your outputs are assigned to 1 and 2. Then press Create. Once this is done, you just need to record on the track to make sure you're getting signal. If it's enabled, you'll get signal up in your mixer track. Okay. On the device, you've got this gain dial. Turning it up will give you more gain, equaling more volume. Turning it down will obviously give you less. A good port of call is to set this dial in the middle. Too high and your noise to signal is going to be quite distorted, plus digital clipping. Set too low, you're obviously not going to be able to hear it. So start in the middle and then just dial it up if you need to. Now, you've got a couple of dials on this one. If you're using the Firewire 410, this one needs to be out because it has dual ports, which means basically this port here is also relevant to the port 1 on the back, which is one of these two. And then the pad, if you want to decrease the volume by 10 decibels, you push the pad in, okay? So having it out will not decrease the volume. You have your master volume, which is for your headphones, and then you have individual headphone ports. Finally, over on the right hand side, you will see a phantom power. Phantom power, if you're using a condenser microphone, you will need to turn the phantom power on for it to work. If you're just using a normal dynamic microphone, you can leave it off. The best way of finding out which microphone you're using is if you can't get any signal, come and turn it on. Okay, with that done, let's just check our signal. What we're trying to do is get the signal around here somewhere. Just make sure the volume's completely right. So here we go. What brings you to the land of the gatekeepers? We're trying to avoid any of this redness, okay? What brings you to the land of the gatekeepers? And that's quite nice. Once our levels are sorted, we're going to press the record button and we're going to try and sync up the voice to the video. Here we go. What brings you to the land of the gatekeepers? Okay, slightly off. Not the best voiceover in the world, but you get my drift. Let's have a little listen. What brings you to the land of the gatekeepers? Okay, I'm sure you can do a lot better than that. Once you've recorded that voiceover, why not start another channel and do all the voiceovers. For Syntel, I think there's 3. See how you get on.